Today, I'm going to give you 7 reasons why you should be a financial advisor. In Singapore, we have to use the term as financial advisor representative. There are requirements to use it in the proper context, but just for simplicity, I'll just mention financial advisor and you get who I'm referring to. Today, these 7 reasons, hopefully most of it resonate with you, especially if you're looking to come into industry, or if you have already been in industry and looking whether this has been a good fit. Reinforce these few points and stay tuned to the end because I think reason number 7 is the one that's the most impactful and the one which I love the best. So if you're curious, continue watching on. Hi guys, welcome back. Let's dive on to the first point as to why you should be a financial advisor. It's quite simple. You like financial stuff. Just like me, I love investments, I love financial products, I love to see money growing. I think that's just fundamental to who I am as a person, what intrigues you. Maybe you love math also when you're back in school days. As compared to, for example, my wife, she definitely does prefer words more than numbers. She reads. For me, I listen. Numbers look a lot more interesting to me, and especially money. If money can grow, I'm gravitating to understand. I'm really curious about it. So if you are also on this same path, you realize that managing people's money seems to be a very interesting career path for you. Diving into financial products doesn't seem like such a hassle because at the end of the day, we need to make due diligence and we need to study products before we recommend to customers, correct? Because studying a product allows you to break it into simple terms. When you break it into simple terms, customers understand and they are clear on what they're buying. So again, the first reason as to why you should be a financial advisor is because you like financial stuff. Let's move on to point number 2, which is you like to be around people. Now, one of the big benefits I've seen in my career is I'm kind of like a glue to my circle of friends, simply because many of them have business relationships with me. They buy policy from me, they do investments with me. So naturally, I've been meeting them continuously. In a big group setting, we tend to lose touch over time. It's normal. But in my position, I'm able to link up individually with them. So I am like a branch that links everybody. So if we were to do a Friday night out, for example, usually I'm one of the people motivating everybody to get on board because I have been in contact with each and every one of them. Some may say, in a group setting, there's a hierarchy. You like the leadership position and getting people around you. Then being in sales, any form, or even as a financial advisor definitely suits you. Reason number 3, you don't like office politics. In fact, you prefer if you work individually. Some people work better with a hierarchy. They take instructions. They are more than willing to crunch through work. But some people simply hate it. They hate that they do not have creativity. They hate that they just have to accept what is given by top down. They are unable to express their own direction. So when you are self-employed in any role, and especially as a financial advisor, you have a lot of control as to what you want to do. But ultimately, again, team feedback, directors' opinions still matter. You don't work as an island. That's not true also. But again, you get a lot more autonomy to express how you want to build your own business. That links to point number 4, which is you like running a service-based business. Ever since graduation, I've been in the financial advisory services business. And in the course of this growth, I've also always wondered how nice it would be if I were to set up a shop and people walk into my shop instead of me going out to meet them. That is so tedious because we all have to face rejection in some way or another. So I had a thought, why not I open a shop? And when I scouted around, I actually came to know a brand of ice cream which I really liked. So long story short, I took on that franchise and started running an F&B ice cream shop. The setting up process was fun, opening up the shop was fun, but what was not fun is that people coming to the shop was just my own imagination. Back then, I had no brand. Nobody knew about my ice cream, how nice it will be. And as usual, before we step in the shop, we'll see whether there are people going to the shop or not, correct? Especially if it's a new brand. So when there's no crowd, there will be even less people daring to go in. So it's a negative reinforcement. Conversely, F&B brands who have a good reputation of product and service attract people to have a queue ready. And when there's a queue, people assume the food is good. So the moral story is, when I opened a physical store, I realized that selling products and having overheads was a painful way to do business. My overheads back then, just for rental, was 10,167. You heard it right. If I left the shop closed for a month, I'll be out of pocket 10,167. That's without factoring even electricity costs and water bills just in case there's aircon turned on 24/7. That's where I truly appreciated the service-based business that is in financial advisory. Unless you have an office space that you rent, unless you have staff that you bring on board, technically there is no month-to-month overhead costs. This service-based business requires you to put in the effort to do the business the right way, and when you do so, you get rewarded. That leads to reason number 5. You like to be rewarded based on results. This differs from people to people. Some like a fixed pay, they like the cushion that it provides, they don't want that uncertainty, and they also understand that if they underperform, they get away with it. When you go with an effort-based remuneration, which is commission-based, you realize that if you don't work, you simply have no food to eat, you have no income coming in. And therefore, all the accountability starts to fall back on you. Or maybe I reshape that whole phrase again. All the accountability you have is for your family because you are earning money for your family. On the other hand, if you are hardworking, if you put in effort, you get results. You don't like people to freeload on you. If you do well, you're going to be paid well. Then this role definitely suits you. Because quite simply, everything is rewards based. With that, let's move on to reason number 6 as to why you should be a financial advisor, is that you like flexibility in your work. Now let me define what exactly is flexibility also. When I look around the industry who are top performers, I realize a similar behavior as to what I also practice, is that we all have a daily routine. We all have certain expectations of ourselves. We don't need external motivation, although the award that comes along with it feels nice. We don't need someone to tell us to go after this or someone to tell us to go after that. Flexibility, in a lot of ways, just to simplify it, is that if you want to go on holiday, you do not need anybody's approval. There's no boss that chops off on your leave, whether you are allowed to go on leave or not. Quite simply, if you want to go, you can go. That is the kind of flexibility that being a financial advisor provides. However, that does not equate to going on holiday indefinitely, because just like I mentioned, top performers understand their daily routine and have expectations on themselves. So you can go for holiday anytime, you can pre-do your work, you can run fast and take breaks. That is the kind of flexibility that you enjoy because you do not need to follow a company's speed, you do not need to abide to HR's decision as to when you can go for leave and when you can spend time with your family. And with that, let's move on to reason number 7, which is quite possibly the most attractive one of them all. That's why I left it to the end. And that is, you like a business that can scale. What is a scalable business? Think about it. A scalable business in simple terms is that you put in one effort today and it rewards you ongoingly. And when you stack on another effort, things start to compound. Understand it? How is a financial advisory business scalable? Quite simple, in 2 key parts. The first is that a policy bought today by a customer may provide you income ongoingly for the foreseeable years ahead, especially if they keep renewing. For example, in medical insurance, you realize that the medical insurance policy premium actually increases as the client ages, which automatically means that the premium collected is bigger and automatically means also that the commission paid to you gets bigger along the years. That incentivizes you to grow together with the customer. Secondly, if you manage investments, you also understand that if you properly manage an investment portfolio, it grows over time, which means a $10 million portfolio growing at 6% next year becomes technically $10.6 million. That is building a recurring business that automatically benefits from compounded investments, which means also if you earn a percentage by managing the portfolio, it automatically also means that your remuneration would get a compounding effect and grow over time. Beautiful? If you like the financial advisory services and you like to join my team, for example, check the links below. I will filter for the right candidates only. And more importantly, if you have questions, leave them in the comment sections. Maybe I can help to answer and clarify some questions that you may have. As always, smash the like button and check out some of my previous videos on the financial advisory services. And maybe 1 or 2 can help you further in your journey. With that, I'll sign off from here and see you there too. Take care and goodbye.